Coming to you live at the GAMA Trade Show at the Peppermill Resort and Casino in Reno, Nevada, Twist Gaming! Now take it away, Matt. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming. I'm Matt, and we are at the GAMA Trade Show 2019, and I am joined here with Deacon from Cryptozoic.
How's it going?
It's going great. How about you?
Doing great. Landed last night. Already set up a few meetings, talking, playing games.
I mean, I like the fact that with GAMA, day one isn't nearly as hectic as day one at every other convention.
It's busy everywhere else.
Right.
Here I have a chance to sit down with you guys.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
And I'm very excited to see what you brought to the table, because I've been hearing about this game for a little bit now, and the humor is definitely...
There?
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
All right, so what this game is, because I actually don't have a box for it yet. This is a handmade copy.
Okay.
Our preview copies didn't make it here in time. Sorry, I'm bouncing just a little bit.
Oh, no, you're good.
There we go. This is Epic Spell Wars, Battle of the Spell Wizards, Annihilation. I said that all wrong anyway. It's a mouthful. It is Spell Wars Battle of the... I should practice.
You want to try that one more time?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to keep trying to work it all the way through the whole time. The big keyword is Annihilation and deck building games. So
Okay.
the first 4 games in the Epic Spell Wars universe have been a tableau spell building game. This is taking stuff from those games and putting them into our Cerberus engine.
Okay.
And our Cerberus engine, you might probably know from our DC deck building game, which, stick around, we'll talk about.
Ta-da.
Is a deck building game that is easy to learn, easy to pick up, and easy to expand in any way that you want. We won't tell you that you can put everything together, but you sure can.
We're not saying you can't do it.
Exactly. So the biggest difference with Annihilation is you're really giving it the take that to everyone else at the table. So the game ends with, in a typical game of any Cerberus game, is when your supervillain stack runs out. These are legends now. They're the previous champions of this arena of champions.
Gotcha.
So if you want to show off some of these fun guys, the first one will always be one-armed, one-eyed, one-bald Willy. And there's a few others in that area. You probably see some previous champions that you would have seen in some of the other games reimagined as bad guys for this campaign.
The Banana Mancer?
Yep, the Banana Mancer.
That's awesome.
There is his arch rival in here is a banana wizard. So a big old ape wizard.
An ape.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can find him while we go through here. However, why this is so much fun is we use the same cards that you have from the other games. If you want to go ahead and pull that on over there.
Sure thing.
That one doing okay with the green? Maybe this one's a better one. That one is all red.
Jonas Park.
So the life is tracked in the same way that you would before, but you still get abilities. They're just dealt out as tiles.
Okay.
Over there that you will, maybe that's the ability for Jonas Park this time around.
And if you play 2 or more different wizards during your turn, +2 power. If you play 2 or more different creatures from your turn, +2 power.
Just like the other games, there's different suits of cards. There's wizards, there's creatures, there are champions, the legends. There's the equipment, which is treasure in this one. But what's also cool is every character also has their card that comes with them. So that's Jonas Spark's familiar.
Sparky, Squire of Fire.
And Sparky you can always buy and add to your deck if you have the 6 to buy it. No one else can buy that card.
Oh, so it's solely for
Jonas Park. And that will synergize, and that's all of those cards, all of your familiars also have a defense. And if you notice on that card there is a blue shield on it.
Yes.
So it's easy to find your defense cards and stuff like that because you're going to be punching each other a whole lot in this game. And when you die, you're not out.
Okay.
The friendly necromancers at the Annihilation Arena will raise you back from the dead.
Well, they're very kind of them.
They'll give you a penalty, of course. This one is an additional -2 with a green, so we'll go ahead. This one, maybe
so
that's
these skull tokens here, dead wizard tokens.
So when you flip it over, that's what you get.
You can't
avoid mayhem attacks. Which is the other most fun thing about this game, mayhem. They just show up and ruin everyone's day.
That's your mayhem right there.
Yeah.
So little small font there.
Yeah, these cards are printed a little smaller than the normal ones will be.
Each player may destroy a card in their hand or discard pile. If that card has one or more VP, gain a number of cards from the top of the main deck equal to the VP value of that card.
So you can destroy a really powerful card, but
draw a whole bunch of cards.
Yeah, exactly. You're never sure what you're gonna, and it's a lot more hectic, a lot more chaotic. And when all of the Dead Wizard tokens are gone, the game is over. Or if all of the legends are gone, the game is over, and the person with the most points, which are the little star on the bottom left of the cards in their deck, win. Realizing that the -3 is, you're going to get a -3 for every time you die.
So you don't want to die.
No, but you're going to die like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, that's what my next question was, because I see a lot of those skull tokens, so we're really, a lot of death is going to be happening here.
Yeah,
so those necromancers are getting their paycheck. They're earning their paycheck.
They're earning their way through this. And the other, I think, most fun part about this game is Wild Magic returns. Wild Magic is a big part of the traditional game, where you're dealing cards off the top of the deck until something happens that helps you.
Right.
In this case, Wild Magic deals cards off of anyone's deck to help you. Now, and these are one of the cards that you can buy at any time. We can refer to it as the kick stack, but you could also refer to it as any of the other always buyable things that make deck building games work. They're always going to give you something for you to buy. They're always a cheaper option.
Gotcha.
And there's a big stack of them that are always available to buy.
So that you don't ever feel like you're stuck then.
Exactly. And if you also feel like you're stuck, you can use that one for the 2 power, which is the resource in the game, to buy any other cards, which is that cost there on the bottom right. Or you can use that to play the top card of anyone else's deck.
That's interesting.
So you think that so-and-so over there has their ongoing card on the top of their deck. If you can get their ongoing card out, which when it's played becomes yours.
Oh, so you could steal from other people's... Oh, so you're really doing the take that... Okay.
But you're going to get punched right back in the face.
I mean, yeah. But so that's going to mean that if you're stealing cards left and right then, this game's going to get real wild real fast.
Yeah, and that card doesn't always steal cards, too.
Right.
So it might just play it off the top of the deck. You still get to use it, but then they don't get to use it for that round either.
Right.
And it might be Cthulhu.
That sounds like it would be very powerful.
Well, yeah, Cthulhu gets his own standee.
Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of a big deal then.
Yeah. So Cthulhu, and there's also the standee for the Analageddon trophy. Whoever has killed the most recent wizard has the Analageddon trophy in front of them.
Oh, okay.
Which allows them to draw an extra card at the end of their turn. You normally draw 5. That allows you to draw 6 and choose which 5 to keep.
You also get bragging rights, too.
Well,
right?
yeah. It doesn't have any points at the end of the game.
But it looks cool.
It looks cool, and it allows you to get those points.
I like it.
So that's basically everything going on with this. Another thing that we're doing in the first printing of the game is we have 4 promo cards that are coming in the box, and each one of them is related to one of the previous cards from the previous games. Now, these are going to look exactly the same, and these don't do anything other than track points, but the promo cards relate to them, and so you can find who they're for. Like this is for Roach Sauce, who is obviously looks like
Sauce.
Yeah. So...
Very cool.
Yeah. Or you could get Saint Stinkus for the Poo Pope.
Excuse me?
Saint Stinkus for the Dunkstar the Poo Pope.
The Poo Pope. Oh, okay then.
Yeah. I mean, he gets Saint Stinkus right there.
Oh my lord. Oh, Saint Stinkus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there, have fun. So those are. There's that game. I know that we have a little bit of time left, so I wanted to give a quick teaser
Please.
for one more while I have a chance, and I'll just go ahead and clean this up later.
So what's your favorite card within this one? If I had to ask, if you had to pick one, which card really just speaks to you on a personal level?
I think the one that I have had the most fun playing is Damsel Distressia.
Okay.
Let me see. I think I had her right here near the top. Yeah. She deals 5 damage to weaker foes. So that means everyone's just trying to get you not more stronger than them.
Gotcha.
So that one's a fun one. I mean, the joke cards like that are going to just make anyone happy.
Huge boner.
Yep. So obviously it's a little bit more than PG.
Right.
But...
It's got that sense of humor.
Exactly.
If that's the group of friends you get together and play those raunchy Cards Against Humanity
Exactly.
games with, you're gonna probably love this one then.
Exactly. And if you've loved any of the other ones, it's just a different way to play
Right.
a game that you might enjoy the theme of already. So let's go ahead and just get these out of the way. And we'll talk about Rebirth. Oh, I'll have to pick that up.
So Rebirth, this is a DC game.
This is the DC deck building game, the newest big box. And I
Very
literally, you guys are the first guys to see a production copy. I
That's
literally
amazing.
picked it up this morning.
Yes. I feel
So-
special now.
DC deck building Rebirth. Great.
All right.
All right, so what's great about this is it has, now these aren't final, they're going to be smaller. It's a scenario-driven deck building game.
Okay.
So as you work through the scenario, you're going to be able to open up these packs and learn a little bit more about
So how many scenarios are there? There's 8 scenarios.
8 full scenarios.
Nice.
And the game can be played both competitively.
This is a heavy scenario right here.
It's the 8th one.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to be the
Oh,
heavy-
yeah,
I
it's the
That's when
climax,
things
yeah.
happen. There's a threat track that is built into the center of the board that you build. So if you want to show that over there. And on the other side of that is a competitive version. So you can play this cooperatively or competitively straight out of the box.
Very cool.
And all of the classic heroes that you love from the original DC deck building game are back now. So we'll just go ahead and do a quick setup real quick because it has a little bit of new stuff going on as well.
Oh, so I'm getting like full on. I'm excited for this. I love
Sorry.
DC Comics. Huge fan. I'm excited to play this.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I
So-
can't show this one off
You can show whoever you want off.
because no,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
green, you know.
Yeah.
But how about we got Cyborg here? We got the old favorites. We got Wonder Woman. We got Batman. The Batman.
Batman's
We got Batman. Soups. Flash. I mean, everyone loves Aquaman. He talks
Especially
to
now.
fish. I mean, yeah.
So how the game is set up is each one of those cards inside those packs has a scenario card that tells you which one of the 7 locations, which 5 of the 7 locations you're going to use,
Okay.
and which A or B side you're going to be using from them.
Okay.
You can also just say, hey, we're just going to play a game. Let's shuffle these up, flip some of them upside down, shuffle some of them up.
Do
flip-
some random stuff
Exactly.
right there. So, that's what I was going to ask is, do we need to rely on these scenarios to play the game?
Nope. So you set up 5 of them in a circle, and you put out on each of these locations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the main deck, I haven't shuffled this. Literally, I haven't even shuffled this deck. Has
It's
your
got that new
equipment.
card smell.
Yeah, if you want to show off some of these, I know that there are some DC fans that are
The Bat Jetpack.
Aquaman has a smaller card. Let's see if we got Dr. Fate's in there.
Very cool.
Super Breath. And what people might be noticing is there's move on these. All of the Cerberus games, except for one, have just been buy off the lineup. With this game, you are running around the lineup.
Okay.
So the first things you do is you look at what you have put out here. There are things telling you that we need some that need stacks.
This one, Flight Stack, sorry.
So as we talked about with the other game, the Wild Magic is the card you can always buy stack.
Okay.
These tell you which ones are inside of this game as
Oh,
The
so there's going to be
stacks.
different, always purchasable stacks based on locations. then.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool.
so we have that. We have the flight stack.
So it
which
means
allows you
it's going to force you to change up your strategy a little bit based off the locations then.
Correct. And you can only buy these cards when you're at those locations.
Okay.
So those are 5 of the 10 locations that you get going around the board. The other ones are built by the main deck cards that come out. Now, this is getting messy, obviously, because I'm just throwing them out here. But the idea is, I'm Superman, you're going to play as Wonder Woman,
Okay.
and we're going to be going around cooperatively trying to make sure that we defeat all of the bad dudes before the threat level gets all the way up here. Once you get up to 5, you have 3 turns before the game ends.
Okay.
And can you see that up there at all? Yeah, you can kind of see that.
Yeah.
And the way that the threat track moves up is you shuffle into the deck at the very beginning of the game the supervillains that will be the big bads. So I don't want to show everyone off. Let's show off Reverse Flash, maybe.
Okay. Reverse Flash.
and a Mazo.
Why can't Amazo's a Batman villain? Or is it a Superman?
Superman.
Villain? Superman villain. Okay.
So one thing that you'll notice on any villain or supervillain cards is the hexagon with a number on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're trying to go.
Okay, so location number 3.
Yeah. So right now we have Eradicator out here, and he wants to go to 4, and he will go in the fastest direction possible.
Okay.
At the start of every one of our turns, he will move.
Okay, so each turn he moves.
Yes.
Okay.
He will not move if one of us is on him.
Because we're fighting him.
Mm-hmm. He will. Every one of these have an attack on them, though.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are on the spot with them, they're going to be attacking you. You're taking that punishment.
Instead
so
of movement, they do their attack action.
Correct. Now, if they make it to where they need to go,
I feel like that's not a good thing.
everyone gets attacked every turn at the beginning of their turn based off of their attack.
Ow.
Yeah. So having someone get them there, there are stat cards so we looked at some of the these cards here. Mm-hmm. There are some that are called toss that help you move other people around. So there's different ways to move people around, move yourself in place of people before they get there.
Right.
But the goal is to kill the supervillains that you're required to kill by the scenario card before you get to the end game. And every time a supervillain pops out, this moves up.
Oh. So question for you.
Uh-huh.
How do we kill him?
See that number?
Sure do.
Have that much power.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like buying any of the cards, the only difference with the villains and the supervillains for this and any other of the DC deck building games is you don't want to recruit villains to help you.
Why not?
It just doesn't work.
Okay,
It doesn't
fine.
work.
I know.
I
They
want
don't
to,
they
but
don't play nicely.
They don't play nice. So when you kill them, each one of them has a reward on them. So if
Okay.
you look, it says a reward on that. You may gain a non-villain card within range 1. If you kill this guy, you're right here, let's say,
Yeah.
this is yours
Okay.
for free.
Cool.
But it might be a card that costs 7.
So you can get a free expensive card then.
Exactly. But he's an expensive guy too.
Right.
And basically, on the back of the book, it tells you how every round kind of goes.
Okay.
So basically, you have a whole step 1: villains move towards their destination, move towards play cards in your hands, and basically every turn you're adding 1 card to the lineup every time, and you always do it to the most empty spot. So if we had our deck of cards here, this is our stack that we're building from.
Mm-hmm.
On my turn, we'd add it here. Now it's all even. We always add it to clockwise from 1 if they're all balanced.
So you add it to the least populated one. So okay, so this one will have 2, then it'll go to that one. Gotcha.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And that's the game, and there are some surprises in those scenario packs that I won't be showing yet.
I mean, yeah, I
because people
don't
need
want
to.
spoilers.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this game has spoilers, 100%. But all of those, there's 2 things I want to make clear to everyone who loves DC and people who get worried about legacy games. You're not ripping up cards.
That's a good thing.
Do you want to play this a game again?
I would probably love to.
Can you hand me one of those real quick? Now, these aren't the final, but I want to show you a really nifty thing that they have. It's called tape.
I've never heard of this before.
So after you're done with the scenario, you can just put it back in and seal it. So, no, Ben, I won't show you these cards, but if you look at the very bottom, there is a 5A on it.
Okay.
They all have their scenario pack number on it.
Gotcha.
And the order that they were in inside that pack.
Oh, so the order is important too.
Sometimes.
Oh. Well, that's
Sometimes.
interesting.
So they all can be repopulated without issue.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Questions from chat.
Very cool.
Questions from chat.
absolutely.
Two questions from chat.
Still the Cerberus system?
Is this the Cerberus system?
You see the Cerberus on the back? Yes.
Hold on, let me switch over to that. There we go.
Yes.
And
Cerberus.
then, would it be compatible with older decks?
Is it compatible with older decks?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's one thing that I want to show you in the rule book real quick.
Okay.
On the very back page, you have a way to track your scenarios and everything that's gone on. But the page before that, there's mixing Rebirth with other Cerberus games.
Oh, look at that.
So there's a whole page on how to do that.
There's a whole section in the rulebook
And
telling you how to do it.
the biggest difference that you're going to have for doing that is you're still not going to be adding the villains to your deck, which normally you would be doing in another Cerberus game. But it does tell you what the reward would be for that villain based off of their cost and how to make sure they move around the board.
Gotcha.
So it is very much very much compatible. I would say move older games into this system rather than trying to push this back into older games.
Gotcha.
And if you use the multiverse system, make this the main lineup and the secondary lineup be off to the side here that you can always buy from. So always graduate towards Rebirth versus bringing Rebirth backwards into some of the older formats.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm here for more questions if they want them.
If there's any more questions from chat, let us know.
Okay.
In the meantime, though, can you give us a teaser, not necessarily a spoiler, but like a teaser as to what we might see in some of these scenarios, or you really just want to keep it going blind?
There are bad guys that you won't see until you open up a pack.
Okay.
There are absolutely bad guys, and I won't tell you who they are.
Surprise baddies, though.
There are surprise baddies. There are surprise things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are 100% surprises that happen. There are also extra tiles for the threat track that aren't surprises, but they'll tell you which ones to use. That they might say, this is what you need to use for this one, for this round.
Oh, that's
so this
interesting.
evolves too.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's all those scenario cards are very much tell you exactly what you need for that. So it's very, very easy to find those up.
Fantastic. Well, Deegan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh,
one more question?
Oh,
They're asking how many cards?
oh gosh, it's
A lot of cards.
close to 200.
Okay.
I
Count
got a
them all
rule
right
book.
now. Oh, there's probably a count in there.
I know that we put components in this. Over 240 game cards, 24 punch starter cards, 12 run starter cards, 4 helping hand starter cards. What's a helping hand starter card? Good question. That allows you to play with other people on their turn during cooperative play.
Gotcha.
So it allows you to move other people, give them power, help them move toward the bad guy. Hey, I can't get this all the way through. So a normal Cerberus deck building game has 3 vulnerabilities and 7 punches.
Mm-hmm.
As you're starting this has 6 punches, 1 helping hand, and 3 runs, which are your basically move cards.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest difference is there's really 2 economies in this, where most of the other games have just had the power that you're dealing with.
Right.
84 main deck, 8 supervillain cards, 35 basic cards, 24 signature cards, 15 weakness cards, and over 40 secret scenario cards.
That's a pretty big box.
Yeah. So
Release date?
we're aiming for Q3. So I want this at Gen Con. It should be at Gen Con.
Nice.
The reason why I have this here is because I've placed the order on it, and it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. I need to make sure that those scenario card packs, they don't fit in the box right now, and they will. They're just. We're revising. There will be a little bit of a revision on there, and we have a little spot in the rule book that we're going to clean up as well. But other than that, I literally saw this box for the first time at 10 a.m. this morning, so I'm very happy with it overall. I was punching it over lunch.
Very cool.
Yeah.
They're asking if the heroes will be played competitively.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the competitive side.
Okay.
Cooperative, competitive. So they are competitive. Every one of them has wording that is like target player.
Mm-hmm.
You can always target yourself.
Oh, okay.
So like the Flash's ability is at the start of each of your turns gain move 2. So he's always able to move. He's the Flash.
Makes sense.
And he can always pay 5 move to target player draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Target player can be you.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, for competitive, that's who you will be using. For cooperative, it makes it more of a talk about it. And it does...
helping each other out.
Exactly. And the rules do suggest that before you start any scenario, you discuss who you're bringing on the team. Or
so you can strategize beforehand.
Everyone is shuffled. It's a 4-player game total, a 2 to 4 player game. Sorry, 1 to 4 player game. You can play this solo. And everyone's dealt 2 hero cards at the beginning of every scenario, and you decide from those 2
which one you want to
be, but you can all discuss amongst yourself which one is the right one. And another really fun thing, again, I hope I'm not running into anyone's time.
You're good.
Is through the game, you're going to be able to start adding signature cards to your deck from the get-go, which are themed to your character.
So you're going to get even more unique player
so
buff.
this is Wonder Woman's signature card 1.
All right. I promise this is yellow. It's not see-through.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, here, let's get your gray.
All right. The lasso. All right, +1 power. You may move target villain within range 1 to your space.
And if you notice, it has a cost of 0, which means you get to put it in your deck from the get-go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So as the game goes further on, you get to build your deck before the game a little bit.
Very cool.
No.
2 last questions.
Okay.
Playtime.
Average playtime, we aim for about a 60-minute game. Some of the later scenarios might be a little bit longer, but it also might be a little bit more of an intense, or they might be very short because you've lost.
And the other question was any promo cards that could come in the box.
As of right now, there are no promo cards coming in the box, but we're figuring out a promo playmat and a promo card that stores will be able to get. So that
Promo playmat.
Promo playmat, 1 per store if they order it the right way, and we're still figuring out what the right way is. We don't have a right way yet. Okay, that will come. But it's going to be an oversized playmat that is the layout for this, so it can all be played. And the promo card really is scenario 0.
Okay.
It's more of a demo, how to demo the game
Gotcha.
card.
So you can get your feet wet without having to set up a whole first scenario.
Exactly. I would say the stuff that's really in scenario pack 8 are your promo cards, but they're not really promo cards.
So they're the stuff that you're not necessarily seeing through the rest of the game, and they're really cool?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Get to scenario pack 8.
All right.
Yeah. And really, you don't want to cheat. Get to scenario pack 8.
It's
Don't
not
just
the
open-
Justice League way to cheat.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's truth, justice, and the American way, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Really do appreciate it. And thank all of you for watching at home. And thank you for all the questions, too.
Yeah.
Make sure that you stay tuned. We're going to be coming to you live with more coverage throughout the day here at GAMA 2019. But for now, I'm Matt. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you.